you guys for all the work that you did today in class. I think it was a really good and productive conversation, and I look forward to seeing and hearing more of those conversations. Um, Please let me know if you have any problems getting the PDFs up on Moodle. That is going to be the preferred way to do that, and I want you to make sure that you are focused on doing that. We talked a little bit about implicit bias. I mean, I think it's good for us to kind of continue to explore those notions. We're going to be talking a lot about it this whole year. I think we want to kind of think about how and why we engage different experiences from a kind of a biased perspective, or even just a different perspective, and that tension that we feel within. I think that you all did a fairly good job, even though you didn't like the quiz, on the quiz. The quiz is something that I will do periodically. I will always give you the opportunity to drop one or even two of the quizzes, depending how many we have, but you'll always do that. Take good notes. I think it's important for us to think about some of the concepts that we explored in our conversation today, such as white privilege, and how we look at the, as Peggy McIntosh calls it, the invisible knapsack of white privilege, right? How do we kind of reconcile or feel the tensions that, as you guys answered in these surveys, that we have a sense of almost, I guess you'd say a sense that implicitly we're going to see people that look like us all the time in these various roles. And what does it mean when we don't? And how do we reconcile that dual consciousness that Claudia Rankine talked about specifically in her short speech that we listened to, right? Her response to the notion of seeing the world through dual lenses or dual perspectives. And I think that's something to remember. We are going to hear her speak on Monday. So we'll meet out in front of Fox Hall. We will sit together. And I encourage you all to think about a thoughtful question to ask. You will be submitting your log PDF only for class on Monday. So I would also encourage you to think about a question that you want to submit too. That's the 2-bit of homework that you will be doing, is going through and really thinking about kind of how and why you might want to ask a question to Claudia, and how that might work as far as making sure it's meaningful and not just a turd. Most of you did not achieve your goals. Some of you did, but a lot of you were like, nope, didn't. Some of you, yes. So remember that this is their first week of college. It's going to be a little bit hard, and it's going to be a little bit mind-numbing, but you can do it. And you want to think about kind of those strategies that will make you successful. Ultimately, those strategies mean that you're going to have to pay attention, do your reading, do some reflection. Heck, I told you about the 3 traits of Martha Nussbaum, and I said, you're going to have to know this. This is going to come up and come up over and over again. So get to know those 3 traits. We're going to use those a lot. Get to know kind of how I give quizzes, right? Get to know the material that we're going to be reading. Because the thing is as we watch the video, the situation that Claudia Rankine put forward for us, situation 7, we could bring so much more to it because we were prepared, because we had read or we had listened or we had thought about it. And it's a very different conversation in the classroom, a very different energy in the classroom when we do that. So let's make sure we do it. So for class on Monday, read, review, reflect, complete the log, post the question, and meet me at Fox Hall prior to like 9:15, 9:20ish. That's probably a good time to meet. If you can, and then we'll kind of go into the lecture, and then we will have a conversation about it on Wednesday. Probably a quiz. And I urge you all to kind of continue to explore and to think about some of the concepts we talked about. Thanks so much, and have a great day.